Welcome to Lazy Luke's Lumber and Mill. Here we use artillery, not those chainsaws or axes. We use explosives to pull down those trees. You got a tree in your backyard? No problem, we've got the stuff for you. If you got something bigger, like a French backyard, 4 or 5 trees, no problem. Precision is our motto. Lazy Luke's Lumber and Mill at 0900 909 7774 759 and 4. People dying might be a side effect, but that comes with the job. What sick bastard designed the OHO? What sick, mentally unstable man has decided, you know what this tank needs? 2 completely useless nipply boobs in the front so I cannot depress my gun to shoot anything slightly lower than 14 miles in skyscraper, just right in front of me. If you don't know what the OHO is, you should go play the ONI. If you don't know what the ONI is, you should go play the OI. If you don't know what the OI is, then do you know that this game... this is fine. That this game is, like, stupid. It has, well, really good armor. I can't tell, like, what it is, but it's good. The lower plate is surprisingly thick. This mid plate is good and fat. So... you have a derp gun, so you will always do damage unless you either hit tip of the gun or RNG decides to make the sky regret its day instead of the enemy team. Oh! Ooh, so close! This is why you don't use the AP gun. I always do damage, and he bounced. Nor did he hit me. My lower plate? It was a good shot, it was a nice try, but you failed. Oh no! Oh no, I missed. No. Derp gun! Yay! Please, Wargaming, don't do this. Well, you've already done it. You've done it for months already. Stop! Oh. Oh. Wow, you had a really good game for that tank. Like, this was it. This is just, this was actually the news episode that I recorded for the OHO, but I decided that I apparently have stopped with the news. I apparently have stopped with making YouTube videos altogether, except for that I am making one now, so that's kind of contradicting. Don't think about it. Anyway, the OHO, like I said in the beginning of the news episode, what sick bastard designed the OHO that it needed front boobs, so I cannot depress the gun, so I actually have to over angle my tank to shoot people that are like below me. I never noticed that about the OHO. I never noticed that the boobs were so in the way. Like, for a big part of this game, I will be struggling to get a shot on people. Like, severely struggling. I'll be fighting my tank more than the enemy team just to do stupid amounts of damage. To the roof of an IS-3, for example. Currently, I own the Type 4 Heavy. I told the Gold Risk, if you know who he is, he used to be in the videos a long time ago, like 2 years ago already, that I have the Type 4 Heavy now, and all he said was, you are one of them now. To which I responded, if you can't beat them, join them. And I am not kidding. The Type 4 is a stupid tank to play. Think of the KV5 in the top tier match. You can just keep on driving and people will bounce off you. That's how I play my Type 4 Heavy, even a tier 10 game. Because it has so much frontal armor, people have to fire premium at you, which they will. Oh, they will. But if they don't, you can just lol straight through the enemy team. I have unlocked the 600 alpha gun 2 days ago for you watching this on the day of release 3 days ago. Weird. And I actually thought the Type 4 Heavy was good with the 450 alpha gun. I'm actually surprised that that is not the gun that the tank uses. Because with that gun, I even had 5k damage games. So I cannot imagine what I can do with the 600 alpha gun, let alone the derp gun. But this is not a rant about how stupidly stupid the Japanese heavies are. Everyone knows what they are. I think a pretty big part of the community hates them for what they are. They're being fat shamed because they are fat. They're being derp shamed because they have stupid derp guns. We all know the drill. Wargaming doesn't care. In Russia, apparently they are considered good and balanced by the Russian players. If you drink enough vodka, you'll think tank is good. Anyway, patch 9.22 will come out end of February. Patch 9.22 will bring a new tier 10 heavy tank for the Soviets, a new tier 10 medium tank for the Soviets, 2 new lines that end at tier 9 for the Soviets, a new tier 10 tank destroyer for the Soviets. And I hate it. The new tier 10 tank destroyer. I am an avid fan of the Object 263. It was a unique tank. And they're going to remove it for a not unique tank. We have 550 alpha in a highly mobile, highly accurate, high DPM, but low gun depression, open topped, weak side armor, big lower plate tank destroyer for a smaller Jaegeru with 650 alpha. That's it. It's going to be a small Jaegeru. It's going to be faster with 650 alpha, and it has 50-50 armor if you fire premium at it, just like the 263. That won't change, but I don't get it. That line, I'm going to admit, that line, the Soviet tank destroyers with the Su-101, the Su-101, the Su-1254, and the 263, is an absolutely horrendous dogshit line. The Su-101 has a high skill cap. It's difficult to play. I liked it, but I don't know, I figured it out. The Su-101 is ass. The Su-1254 doesn't fit the line, so they're going to change the tier 10 with another tier 10 and remove the tier 9 and put the 263 at tier 9. Why can't you put another tank at tier 9, put in the new tier 10, the Object 268 version 4, and have the 263, I don't know, as an extra tier 10? You've been doing this for... Okay, you can either do what you did with the Chinese heavy tanks, have the 263 as an alternative for the new tier 9 in that line, or have the 263 become a tier 10 premium war tank, just like you did with the Badger and the 183. And the other one, which I kind of forgot, which was a tank I ground out and have now in my garage. Oh yeah, the Poopy 155 and the non-so-poopy Foch B. Those were the ones that I forgot. Why can't you do that, Wargaming? Why do you have to remove an absolutely amazing, unique tier 10 tank destroyer for shit, poop, doggy doo-doo? Actually, people listening to this, if you still care, the community voted against the change. Wargaming listened and said, okay, we'll stop, we won't do that change, we're fine. And then they still did it because their statistics from super testers showed that it fits better in the line. Super testers who are literally every type of player. There are super testers with, okay, I'm not stat shaming here, but 200 WN8s because they're picked at random. And I'm sorry, but a 200 WN8 player does not have the understanding of all the tanks like, for example, Daki, Shish, QB, Orzi, Zircon. They don't understand as much, so if they think that the 268 version 4 fits better in the line, it's because they don't know how to play the line. I'm sorry, I think it's a really stupid decision to make that change. But on the other hand, we get a rear-mounted tier 10 STG, and we get a Soviet 121. Well, what's a video without a team kill? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen to.
Fail, dabble dee dabble 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 dee dabble. Oh yeah, more have fun, what's up? More oh ho! More struggling with them tits. But this time I'm fighting against tier 10, and this is how you can see that this tank is stupid. The Panzer 7 bounced off me. Now he's gonna fire premium because he's like, oh, can't deal with tier 8 heavy tanks, gotta fire premium. And I'll just continue peppering him with high explosive. Because it doesn't really... Oh, I actually didn't. I didn't do any damage. I was about to say, it doesn't matter where I fire, I will do damage. Shit, game. Why do you have to do this to me? Why do you have to, like, just let me do my thing, okay? Now I'm firing underneath his tank because that's where his armor is lowest. So I can actually do damage. And that's how I actually got this Panzer 7 killed. He put himself in a stupid position. He got himself flanked and he's got perma-tracked by me. And I've got the alias of a Foch 155, which is always nice. So I've got in my tier 8 heavy tank 2 tier 10 of the enemy killed out of their 3 tier 10. I am the best OHO player ever. And now here comes what you might think is going to be another easy kill. Nope. Nope. It's still high explosive. If it doesn't want to pen or hits the tracks, it's just, no, I don't want to do things. I don't want to help you. Go sit on the cactus. So last game, I said that the Soviets will get a, well, Russian 1-to-1, which it pretty much is. The 430 will be replaced with the Object 430U. It will have 300mm of frontal turret armor, which is amazing. 440 alpha. It's long. It's a Soviet 1-to-1. We take the Chinese medium tank with 440 alpha and then make it Soviet. That's pretty much the Object 430U. And the rear-mounted Tier 10 STG at Tier 10, the Object 705A, which is looking to be one hell of a tank. I'm not going to lie. It has 650 alpha. It's got really good armor. If you've seen pictures of it, you might think it's just an i7 that someone took the turret of and rotated it around. That's it. That's 705A. Is there anything else that the Soviet... Oh yeah, the no, the 430 will become Tier 9. I don't really mind. They're gonna nerf it. It's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be like a T-54, but with maybe better armor. I don't know. I still have to see the stats of it. I think the test server actually will happen soon. In a week. Or 2. Maybe 3-ish. We'll see.
Oh yeah, it seems we have found ourselves in quite the predicament. We are being outflanked currently by a T-54 and a WZ-11114. And there's a mouse behind us now! Oh dear, we are in trouble. Now what are we going to do? The WZ-114 is being pushed back, and what we have to do is make sure the mouse doesn't pen us. You know what? If we wiggle, he cannot pen us. Ta-da!
Fair warning given to anyone watching this particular game now. A good amount of premium will be fired, about 2/3 of what I own in this tank, because I am in a KV4, a good tank in a good matchup on a good map versus 2 overpowered, yes, overpowered tier 8 premium tanks. They have very good armor for their tier, and they're in a platoon, so they're going to be working together. I'm in a platoon with Ollie, playing the Tiger 2. I'm not quite sure if it is the 88mm or the 105. Ollie is using here. But Ollie will do good. Ollie will do very good. Now I'm firing premium because I don't want to muck around with a defender and a patriot. I mean, it's tier 8 versus tier 8. 2-3 years ago, I would not have been needed to fire premium at these guys. Especially the angle I'm currently firing at the patriot. I mean, I've got him perma-tracked. My reload is good enough to keep him tracked where he is. He can't spam me because he's not firing premium. And I don't really feel bad about firing so much premium. Ollie gets the kill on the Patriot. And now that defender is, you know, a bit alone. The Tiger P is not in a position to help. The defender is alone. He's got a KV2 and a Challenger behind him. But, I mean, those are tier 6 and tier 7. They won't be able to guarantee to do a good amount of damage to us. One more change that will happen in 9.22. Is that the patch? Yeah, it's 9.22. Is the T10 will be not replaced, but, well, I mean, yeah, replaced, but the T10 will still remain in the game with the Object 257, which was actually considered to be a tier 10. So, ooh, they have to nerf it. I have not seen the stats of that yet either. We will see on the test server. And the T10 will get its own line starting from the, I don't quite know, actually. The T10 will continue on from the IS3 as planned and will get its own tier 10 later. Not on patch 9.22, but a later patch. This will, the Object 430 will remain in the line it is now, just the tier 10 will be different. It will get its own tier 10 that will be released at a later date as well. The Object 430 will continue on from the T44. So if you want any of the Soviet tier 10 medium tanks next patch, you have to play the T43 and the T44 line, because there you get the T54, which leads on to the Object 114 T62A, or you play the T44, go for the 430, and then you can get the Object 430U. The Object 432, the tier 9, will remain the tier 9 and will still continue on from the A44, the 416, the A43. Didn't say that quite in line with, well, the tech tree line, but you get my point. Is that all? Have I gotten everything now in the Soviet tech tree changes? Oh, the tier 9 after or before the 75A will be the Object 75, which is presumably the same tank with just less armor, less DPM. And before that, the ISM, which is a rear-mounted IS with a whole load of frontal armor. So pretty much a lot of new changes for the Soviets. A lot of new tier 10 tanks. Like, this patch made place for 4 new Soviet tier 10 tanks, of which we will get 2, because we need more Soviet heavy tanks and more Soviet tier 10 medium tanks. Wargaming, give some love to the other lines. Holy shit, not the Germans though, the Germans got enough shit.
No,